Agnihotra, a scientific view. There is no samskar without Agnihotra, and like water is essential for cooking food, Agnihotra is indispensable for each and every auspicious activity of human life. The basic scientific idea: matter under fire, matter which is introduced into fire does not get destroyed, it only expands. This is the first principle. The function of fire is to convert the macro material into micro level materials. Ghee poured in the fire does not disappear but only gets diluted into micro atoms of butter. For instance, if you take red chili powder and put it in the fire, you will find that it will fill the entire atmosphere. Similarly, all these herbs will fill the atmosphere, they become very fine. That is why Manu rightly says, Agnihotra havihi samyak adityam upadisthati. The havi or materials offered in fire reach to solar limits in their microcosms. So it spreads. And fire enhances the character of matter. So materials put in fire not only expand in scope but also get transformed qualitatively as quantitatively. Just as red chilies in fire not only fill the room with smoke and pungent smell but make the air extra bitter. This qualitative change is more significant than the quantitative transformation. The impact of fire in terms of scope and quality of your health. So, herbs put in the fire influence your health, and there is what is called respiratory therapy of eucalyptus oil that has been respiratory therapy using eucalyptus oil, and other therapies are there. When you put even amrutanjan in hot water and inhale in order to improve your breathing, especially when you suffer from a cold. So similarly, that's a simple principle of Agnihotra. And the Ayurveda bhasma, metal ash, is another important point. So, in Ayurveda, iron, gold, silver, diamond are heated in fire to convert into bhasma of the respective metal. The principle of Ayurveda is that higher the heating temperature, more the curative powers the bhasma contains. All these metals are irrelevant in their original form, but they become life-saving drugs if consummated by fire. They are consummated by fire. The bhasma of these metals are called Shatputi or Sahasraputi. Shatputi, P-U-T-I, and Sahasraputi, meaning thereby they have been effective, they have become effective and useful 100-fold or 1,000-fold against disease. This is how the potency is developed, and the potential to cure gets activized when these metals come in contact with fire. To cure people through metallic ash is a form of Agnihotra. The principle of potency in homeopathy also confirms this theory. Atomic particles, when rarefied, explode into energy. Atomic particles, when rarefied, further purified, sublimated, rarefied, explode into energy. The yagna or Agnihotra is the rarefication through fire into atoms or of the microparticles. In Ayurveda, fire-lit cow dung cakes are used to create medicinal bhasmas, rarefied materials, to cure disease. In homeopathy, this is achieved through trituration and succession. The medicine is put into an oval vessel and is ground in a proper proportion so that the atoms of the micromaterial convert into energy. This energy is known as potentiation, and this succussion. Medicine is dipped into spirit, and after the solution is saturated, it is filtered out. One drop from the solution remixed with spirit and then given short uniform jerks. This process of shaking is like grinding the liquid, thus converting the atoms of medicine into energy. So this rarefication process of homeopathy is comparable with yajna without chanting the mantras. Of course, in the homeopathy there is no chanting of the mantras. Pure air is necessary for good health. Of course, one objection people make is there is in Agnihotra carbon dioxide is released which is harmful. But carbon dioxide definitely is produced, but it's a very small quantity. And by the way, carbon dioxide is a gas that is necessary as a nourishment for vegetation. So in an Agnihotra, the presence of carbon dioxide is much less and limited because there are other various medicinal herbs and ghee which are there and which spread into minute particles, and these are very powerful, disease eradicating, have the ability to eradicate disease, and fragrant medicinal herbs are used. That's why, like kasturi, kesar, agar, tagar, sandalwood, cardamom, jaifal, javitri, tulsi, camphor, jatmasi, guggal, kashmir dhoop, lavang, nagarmotha, all these it is not just carbon dioxide. If only carbon dioxide is present, people will become unconscious. But in Agnihotra or Yajna, the effect of carbon dioxide is negated because of the mixture of all these medicinal herbs. And some people say it's very expensive and items are wasted. Again, wrong. The objectives of the Agnihotra are like this: to purify individual and social environment, to eliminate personal and social disease from society, to destroy bacteria and carriers of infection, and enhancing the possibility of rainfall. So, it is cheaper to purify and clean the environment through Agnihotra or Yajna. Instead of that, if any other method is taken up, it will involve a lot of money. These medicinal herbs are antibacterial. Medicinal herbs are antibacterial, and performing Havan therefore clears the environment. In 1949, Dr. Kundanlal, an MD in medicine, has written a book in which the name of the book is Yajna Cure, 1949, published from Jabalpur. He was an allopathic doctor specialized in chest disease, and he established a TB sanatorium in Jabalpur. He conducted several experiments on Yajna and how it cures. And we can read that, you can read that, and it proves, his experiments prove that gas from the Havan had better properties than the fresh and pure air with oxygen from a garden. This experiment was conducted with simple samagri of a mixture of medicinal herbs in the Agnihotra. If special medicinal antibacterial herbs are used, the impact will be much more beneficial and the growth of TB bacteria will be arrested. And this experiment also established that those who perform Agnihotra daily are free from any such illness or infection. And to enhance the possibility of rainfall, this is a very simple idea which most people don't understand. And Fritz Stahl, an American, funded the entire Agnihotra ceremony in Kerala, and it was this Agnihotra ritual was held at a time during summer when there was absolutely no chance of any rainfall, and after the 12-day yajna there was a heavy rainfall, proving that yajnas contribute to rainfall. And actually the particles of ghee are responsible for this. Sri Atma Ram, another great scholar connected with Arya Samaj, has written in a book named Samskara Chandrika in 1924. Ghee particles are unique and they provoke rains. Water and ghee, in cold temperature they freeze and in heat they melt. The cold temperature which freezes ghee may be inadequate to freeze water. While performing the Havan, when the minute particles of ghee evaporate and reach up to the levels of clouds and freeze there, then rain gets generated. So, scientists will agree that if cold temperature can be created in the lower parts of the clouds, this artificially can create rain. This is how it can be explained. Ghee particles, when they rise up in the sky, they touch the core of the clouds and get frozen by the cold, and this causes intermingling of frozen ghee particles with water vapor. Water represented in the form of vapor in the sky, and through yajna, the ghee particles reaching the sky get frozen and come in contact with water vapor, which then gets condensed. Condensing of vapor means conversion to water. Thus, Havan or Agnihotra is helpful in inducing rain. Maharshi Dayananda in Samullas, the third chapter, the Satyata Prakash, he mentions very clearly, and he states, when rishis, maharshis, kings and emperors used to perform havans, then the tradition ensured that the country was free from disease and pain. And so if we can revive this tradition, we will definitely have the same results. Therefore, Swami Dayananda, Maharshi Dayananda exhorts every Indian that every Indian must not only perform yajna in his own house but should also perform it at public places. It purifies the spiritual environment of society, which will ultimately reduce physical pollution in air, water, and land. So, the materials used in the performance of Agnihotra for the consumption of fire indicated in ample measure that they are potent enough to clean the atmosphere. Fragrant materials like musk, saffron, aquilaria, tabernamutana, caronaria, sandalwood, asparagus, racemus, a whole lot are there. Mace, camphor, guggala, and basil, nutmeg, pure ghee, milk, fruit, sugar, candy, root, rice, barley, wheat, sugar, honey, resins, date palm. Some medicinal creepers are there. Medicinal creepers, and wood should be mango tree, babul, ficus religiosa, and that is your peepal tree, neem, ashoka, sandalwood, etc. And the final question is, why is chanting of mantras connected with Agnihotra? Agnihotra does have an influence on destruction of disease, but what is the relationship in the chanting of mantras with the destruction of disease? Orthopedic treatment in modern medicine, you say, corrects the malfunction of the body through physiotherapy, and ultrasonic or supersonic treatments are done. Ultrasonic or supersonic treatments are there. So, sound waves at a particular wavelength, they can bring about a cure. So, the chanting of Veda mantras, similarly have a powerful effect not only on the physical body, on the spirituality of the entire place.